Good morning, precious people. Here we are together. It's another fresh day, and I'm so thankful for your irreplaceable light, the experience and wisdom that you bring into the world. Today is a gift filled with possibility, so let's open it with kindness and curiosity. Just remember, we're all still growing and learning. It's okay to make mistakes. We can grow and learn from it. So grab your nearest drink. I have my little creatine drink. And let's check in with ourselves. So go ahead, breathe in with me, and then we'll let it out. I'm feeling good. I hope you're good. Is everything okay? Your Monday going to be a nice day today? Hopefully. I have this, that mind body something. This bottle is pretty cute. It was funny because my husband and I, we were on a cruise a few months ago, and on the ship they have movies you can watch, and we watched Wicked together. And then when we were in Cancun or somewhere, we went to a 7-Eleven and they had this. I'm like, oh, it's so cute. I love it. I love these reusable water bottles. So that's where this came from. That was months and months ago. I think that was November. I love this bottle. I fell asleep during the movie, so maybe I missed some major parts of it. It wasn't making sense to me. So I can't say I'm a fan of that movie, but I can see my husband liked it. So I'm sure there's some good things in there. What I want to talk about today, is kind of like fighting the darkness in the world. This last few weeks, with all the Epstein files, not even all of them, just a huge dump of files coming out, emails and things, has been kind of more darkness in this world. Yeah, whatever happened has happened, and that creates the darkness in the world, or is a product of the darkness that's already in the world. The spirit of the air, the principalities and things the Bible talks about. We know the world is sinful. We know human nature is sinful. So that shouldn't be a surprise these bad things are happening, but putting it out there for more people to think about and to talk about and to research and to do deep dives into these files, with all these code words and stuff, we don't know exactly what's going on yet. It feels like there's more and more darkness. The darkness is growing and the end of the world's coming. It's just doomsday feeling kind of stuff lately. So we need to figure out how to fight that. And I also had the idea that, AI, if we're ignoring the power of AI, sticking our heads in the sand, it's not a benefit to us. I can see trying to avoid it or avoid using it or being very cautious when you use it. But the thing is, AI is being used by millions and millions of people already, and it is forming systems like education and things like that. It's part of the next generation's learning. So AI, what it does is it collects information that's already out there and it synthesizes it for you. So maybe to combat the darkness, to do the moral thing, to improve the environment that we're all living in, maybe we could put the good things out there for AI to grab from, to get information from, to speak as much truth and positivity as we can out into the digital world. That was my main idea, but I wish I had like a guest or someone to bounce these questions off of. Maybe could you be my guest today? What do you think about my idea of just putting positive truths, problem-solving facts, and positivity out there for AI to grab and synthesize? At least it'd be a little piece of what the data it's collecting. So, whoopsie. And then I know I get kind of sassy on social media, and sometimes I'll put a sarcastic remark or something. I'm trying to correct a fallacy or something. But maybe I'm going to start evaluating my responses and the information I'm putting out there digitally to be more combative in a good way, like combating inaccuracies. If I see something that's inaccurate, I'll try to speak the truth or correct it in a logical way. Maybe do pro Christ statements. There's so many Christians who have church hurt, and we put that negativity out there. I did have this experience last year. I have a church in Denver that I grew up in, and then we had like kind of a sister church or another church that's just like us, where saints would go back and forth. If they left this church, they'd go to that church to this church. And it came to find out that there was some really bad stuff being allowed to happen in that other church, and it kind of triggered something in me, and I really wanted to get on social media and be not attack, but what did I want to do? I wanted to fight. On social media about it. Get on a soapbox and make a big old statement. So I was telling my friend, my close friend there, who also had the same like shocked, disgusted response to the information that I did. And I was like, I want to tell people this, and this. And she's like, yeah, you want to tell the people, but when you put it out on social media, it doesn't just go to those people. It goes to the people who are still looking for a church, the people still searching for God, and you could really put a stumbling block in their way. So, of course, I didn't. I was like, you're right, 100% right. I'm not going to be putting all that out there, trying to put a stumbling block in front of somebody. So, yeah, let's just try to put such goodness out there and combat this darkness that's creeping in. Not even just creeping, it feels like it was a whole bunch just dumped on us recently. And that's another thing, the speed at which the darkness is encroaching. And I guess when I talk about darkness, I have to talk about the light also, the Lord, the truth, if you're not a believer in Christ or God, it's like the ether, the karma. We are the light. We are the light. Let's not hide it under a bush. Let's not let our light be snuffed out. If you've ever been to Cave of the Winds in Colorado Springs, there's one room you can go in where they turn the lamps off, and if there's a number or a rating of how dark it is, it's the darkest dark that you can experience, almost. It's only not that dark because the light bulb that they turned out, it still has a tiny bit of energy in it, and it feels crazy. It's the darkest dark you'll ever experience. But guess what? If you had one match, and like I said, that light bulb that just turned out still is emanating some sort of energy, so it's not as dark as it could be. how it could light up. You can see everyone's face in the room if you had one little match. So your light, even if you feel like it's the tiniest bit of light, shine it because this world needs it. Any bit of truth you can get out there, kindness, acceptance, not permissive to darkness or lies or bad behaviors, but understanding, I guess. So with that being said, and like I said, it feels like everything's just dumped on us right now. It's the end of the world, and how are we going to combat it? And every government's corrupt, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? Scott Adams, I don't know if you know who Scott Adams is, but he had a theory about, like, the end of the world isn't going to happen in a snap. It's going to be a slow-moving train. We're going to see it coming. And because we're humans and we got brains and we figure out problems, in fact, our brain is working on problems all the time. That's probably why I came up with this video. I'm like, this is a problem. I'm feeling the darkness. I am seeing the potential destruction coming our way, anarchy and whatnot. And I'm like, how can I combat it? And I'm like, I'm going to make a video about how to combat that. So put this out. Hey, AI, grab this video. Just kidding. But he has that idea, and it has a name. It's called the law of slow-moving disasters. So Scott Adams, he posits that if society can see a significant problem coming from far enough away, it will almost always fix it in time to avoid catastrophe. He believes humanity is generally good at solving problems, provided they're not instant, fast-moving disasters. So we can see this. We can feel what's going on here. So humans, like climate change even, the big flotilla of trash in the ocean and things like that, the deforestation. I was concerned about deforestation when I was in high school. I wrote my senior paper on it, an essay on the Amazon rainforest, I believe, was the thing at the time. Fern Gully came out at that same time. So it was in cartoons, it was everywhere. It's like, so we could see, hey, a deforestation. So, obviously governments and things got involved and organizations to curb it or to do it responsibly, like overfishing parts of the ocean. Now there's regulations in place so we see an issue. There was some animal that just came out of extinction just recently. I forgot what it was, but yeah, it's some animal that was listed as potentially on the endangered species list just came off. We can solve problems if we see them coming. Also, Scott Adams talks about persistent effort, plugging away. While some things seem impossible, he suggests that often they become possible if you keep plugging away at them. So even if our first attempt at altering the AI language model here, the information people have access to, if it's not ultimately successful, let's look at it a different way, go at it a different way. So we are smart humans. We have been given a brain. We can figure this out together. Like I said, if you have any ideas, you can be my guest today. Can you please put your ideas in the comments? I would love to know other people's ideas on how we can combat this darkness. Another thing I think is it starts right in your home, right with your family, right with your children. Your connection with your spouse is the backbone of society. That's what I feel like. That's where you can come home and feel safe in your own home and loved and comfortable. It should be your safe haven, your home base. Then the husband, the wife, or whoever can go out in the world and have that peace that when they come home, they're coming home to peace. So I think that is a good way to combat the darkness in the world, is just having that peace and love in your home. I'm going to hang this up. I have just a few minutes left. I was going to hang my little picture up today. I have these hooks. They're big square. These will take the paint off, and then it has that metal hook. So I was like, no. Then this kind of had the same issue where when I'm going to hang this up, it has this little loop. And I'm like, well, it's going to have that loop with like a metal hook sticking out of it. And then I had these, which is great, these command strips. I have one little sticky left in here, but I don't even know if it's sticky because the ones next to it were falling apart. Let me feel. Yeah, one side's sticky. Ooh, barely. I'm not, well, that's the wall side. That's not very sticky. I'm not going to use that. I have these other hooks, and I think these will fit. I have a lot for that other one. So let's see. Sometimes it says which side the wall side goes on. This one doesn't say. So I'm going to put this hook. Does it go like this? Well, poo. I don't know. Oh goodness. Now it's stuck. Oh. I think I'm going to go like that. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, so I have that sticky. Then this will blend in with the wall, hopefully. Let's check it out. Come hang it with me. I have my little bench. Where should this go? Is that up high enough? Too high? Whoa. Probably. Let's see if I'm out of this. Over this way a little. Yeah, that looks good to me. So here's where my hook should be. So I'm going to put it right there. You can still see it, but at least it's not that metal. I'm going to let it cure for a few minutes. Push the... I even use something like this for my curtains. Like I have curtains in my back patio, and I put them on sideways so I can just put the curtain on the hook. Easy. And then, I mean, they kind of, not here, but they kind of blend in with the wall, especially if they're at the edge of the curtain and you don't really see them. So let's let that cure for a minute before I hang that thing. But I was going to say, this is one of those diamond dot paintings. I don't know if you've done a diamond dot yet. It's like just a sticky picture, and you get these tiny little half beads that are kind of sparkly, and you get like a million of them of like 80 different colors, and each one's in a tiny little bag, and you get a little tray and a little sticky wand, and your little sticky wand goes on a bead, and you put it, I mean, I don't know how long this took. My friend did this, and she gave it to me. It's a spaceman holding a jellyfish. And that's the most Florida thing I think I've seen. And especially if you live along the Space Coast, which is, I think it's like Titusville area down to Mims. I think it's the longest county in Florida. It's long and skinny. And it goes right along the coast where NASA and SpaceX and Blue Origin, Lockheed Martin, and there's so many space companies over here. It's amazing. So I am going to go ahead and log out. Hopefully when you log in tomorrow or you see my video tomorrow, well, I'll have that hung up. But let me say my goodbye to you. If anything sparked a thought, leave a comment and subscribe. You can find me on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, X. Let's see real quick where all you can find me. Locals, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Patreon, Substack, X, and YouTube. But find me, subscribe. Every single day is another chance to keep learning and growing and become more of the wonderful person you are. The world's better with your light in it, and I'm so happy you spent time with me today. I'll be here tomorrow, but until then, you have a beautiful day.